Hey guys, today I'm going to talk a little bit about something different, and that's going to be the road back from grief. This is Sheri and Richerson from Experimental Homesteader Exotic Gardening, SheriandRicherson.com, and biannualblogathonpage.com, and welcome to our daily vlog. It's been a long road since September of 2013 when my life was turned upside down, and I'm not at the end of the road yet. From the farm animals being taken to stolen, I should say, not taken, stolen, to nothing in my life being the way it was, to getting married again, to just trying to hold on to everything. It has been an uphill battle that I never would have imagined that I would have had to go through. Someone took our farm animals, and it was just not a good situation. They were not taken because they were not being taken care of. They were taken for spite. And it made it, I was already struggling to go outside. After this happened, I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to go anywhere near the barn. I just wanted to sit in the house and not be here anymore. It was that hard because it felt like everything was being taken away. And little by little, the life that Jerry and I had built, the homesteading, the business we had, everything was being taken away. And what was left, I found myself unable to take care of. I couldn't go weed the garden. I didn't even grow a garden for many years. I tried, but it just got overtaken by weeds. We've had a lot of theft of the fruit and the other produce that I've grown. I've had people actually come in my yard and dig up plants and take them away. And I felt helpless to do anything because I couldn't find out who was doing it. I couldn't catch them in the act. I've had a lot of stuff destroyed here. I've had trash dumped off on the property. You would not believe. Last December, someone heard Charlie barking when I had put him outside as my daughter and my granddaughter were leaving. And they put a big post on Facebook about it, and we had people literally circling the house. Well, I'm on a corner, so they could go around two sides of the house, trying to get at Charlie to take him. I got warned by some of our local animal control people to keep a really close eye on him, because these people thought that he was being abused because he was outside in the cold barking, and they heard it. And this was not an extensive, this was literally long enough to take the grandbabies from my front door out to her van, and put them in, and say goodbye. And I came right back in, and I brought Charlie in. So, and that's something that would not have happened and did not happen before Jerry passed away. We have had the struggle with the refrigerator this year. Right now, my washer and dryer have been down since January. Jeff is just now getting around to working on them. He got the washer hooked up today and fixed. We still have a leak in the hot water line, and it's still not spinning out right, so he still has some more work to do. And we think a belt is broke on the dryer. A lot of stuff came home from the shop after Jerry passed away, and my house looks like an episode of Hoarders. Okay, maybe not quite that bad, but I couldn't go through stuff, so stuff just kind of stacked up because it was a struggle to me. It was like pulling teeth to look at anything because all I wanted to do was scream or cry or, some kind of extreme emotional reaction. And then, of course, when that started, nothing got done. So we've been making real progress this summer of getting rid of a lot of stuff. We've donated a lot of stuff, gave stuff to other people that have wanted it, and made a lot of progress. But there's still a lot that needs to be done. Like I said, we've had trash, literally dumped trash on our property that now we have to go through and clean up. We don't know who did it, so there's nothing that can be done, but we have to do the cleanup. Other than Charlie, who we got a few years ago, and the occasional stray cat that sometimes comes inside, sometimes stays outside, there's been no livestock or no type of normal farm animals here. This spring I did get the chickens. I have 6 and they're doing wonderfully. However, when I went back to the chicken coop, it's not usable at this point. The barn has had stuff put in it to keep it out of the weather, different stuff that's been brought home, stuff from the shop, stuff. My greenhouse is sitting out back completely, it's completely collapsed. It's going to have to be rebuilt from scratch, and there's a lot of cleanup to do. So these are things that I'm not trying to blame it on Jerry dying, but the grief surrounding him dying, the tailspin that all of this put me into, things have not been maintained the way they would have been previously. And it's not Jeff's fault. I've struggled to function. And everybody goes through this. You think that you're going to be okay, but when your spouse dies, especially if it's very unexpected, I mean, even if you know it's going to happen, but especially like in our case where we really didn't know and it just sort of happened, it's a struggle. It really is. And you lose a part of yourself. And I got to the point that if I went out in the garden, I couldn't even think of the names of the plants. And those of you that know me know that I used to be able to just rattle those off. This spring, like I said, things have started. I think the grief period is over. And it's not that I'm going to get over this, but it's at this point, I can move on. I can start getting rid of stuff. I can start making changes. I'm okay with that. It doesn't mean I still don't have bad days, because I do. It just means that I'm over the grieving process, the deep grieving process, and I'm to the point that I'm ready to get back to living. And I know this is going to make things better between me and Jeff, because I know that none of this could have been easy for him. I know he's dealt with a lot. I know he feels like there's been a lot dumped on him, and in a way there has, because I just haven't been me. And we've been trying to go forward. We've been trying to do the vlog. I've been trying to handle 4 blogs, which I'm failing at miserably. Trying to keep hold of the house, trying to keep hold of the vehicles, trying to pay off the bills that Jerry and I had. And of course, Jeff and I are making new ones, as necessary. And today, when the washer wasn't working right, and I was so afraid it was busted inside and it was never going to work, and I just kept thinking to myself, I have no idea how we're going to afford another bill to be able to get a washer and dryer on top of everything else. And so I know there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. I know I'm working towards that. I know it's something that nobody can do for me. I have to do this for myself. And I don't know how to tell anyone to prepare for this because, you know, other than if financially we would have been okay, if we would have had life insurance, you know, if, and I could have just, you know, paid the bills and sat here and not had to function, I guess, paid someone to do the things that needed to be done. You know, yes, things wouldn't be quite in the condition that they are, but honestly, it would have been a great chance for a dishonest person to take advantage, because I would have never gone behind them and followed up. So, for all of you out there, what I really want to say is, you know, prepare yourself financially for when your spouse dies as best you can. Realize that you're going to need someone to help you through this, because I would have never done it alone. And I've gone through a lot alone. I would not have made it through this by myself. It's like nothing, there is no comparison. You know, I've lost my mom, I've lost my stepdad, I've lost grandparents, and nothing hit me as hard as when Sheri passed away. I'm glad that there is some normalcy coming back and that it feels like I'm finding my way again. I'm getting my footing again. I don't know how long this part of the process that I'm in right now is going to take before I'm back to me. And I suspect that I'll never be back exactly the person that I was, but that's okay. Life changes us. And you know, I just want to say, for those of you out there going through this, there is hope, there is light at the end of the tunnel. You will get through this. But it takes a while. You know, it's been since 2013 and this is 2019. So, you know, it is not an overnight process. And I did talk to a grief counselor for a while. So even that really didn't seem to help. It was just something that I had to work through on my own. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments below. I hope all of you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow with another daily vlog.